this session of business studies, we will be going to discuss about the principle of management which were given by Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol has stated the 14 principles of management. These are basically treated as a traditional principle of management. So Henry Fayol, he is known as the father of the principles of management, because whatever principle he has laid down, those principles are being followed in the various business organizations in order to get the work done by the managers. So let us today discuss some of the principles of the management which were given by the Henry Fayol. So the principles of management given by Henry Fayol: authority and responsibility. The first principle, that is authority and responsibility. This principle suggests that the authority should be given to the managers, and the authority, it is being passed due to the position or due to the personal qualities of a person. And when we are giving the authority, the person is responsible at the same time. So authority and responsibilities are going parallel. That means hand to hand. अगर आप किसी को अधिकार देते हैं तो वो जिम्मेदारी लेने को तैयार होगा, तो ही वो किसी काम के लिए अपनी जिम्मेदारी समझेगा. So this is related with this concept that the proper authority should be given and it should be followed in a proper manner, and that person should be held responsible if he has been given the proper authorities. Then comes centralization. This is the principle related with the concept that how much power should be there in the hands of the person. If all the powers are in the hands of one person only, so that is the concept of centralization. So when all the powers are being given to one person, and especially in the small business, this type of things are taking place. So in small business, the work is being done by one person and he is managing all the activities. So this is possible in the small business. But when the business is large, so this thing can be also scattered or decentralized. You can transfer your powers. But centralization is the concept when the powers are vested in one hand only. Then comes the principle related with discipline. The principle of discipline means that in each and every work in the organization there should be discipline. Okay, so whenever we are doing any work, then we have to follow the discipline in the work. We have to see that the rules and regulations are strictly followed and the work is being done according to the laid down parameters of the organization. So all the employees should be disciplined, and when this type of principle is there, the agreement which is being made between the employer and the employee, that is the contract, in that each and every term and condition is mentioned that the employees are supposed to follow certain norms, certain rules and regulations in their working. So this is related with the maintenance of discipline in the organization. Then comes division of work. When we are talking about the work of the organization, the work should be divided in a proper manner. There should be a proper division of work, and it should be noted that whatever work is given to an individual person, it is according to the interest of that individual person. And when the work is given according to the interest of the individual person, then what will happen? That work will be completed with more perfection, because that person, he was interested in doing that work and he has got the work of his choice. And this will also reduce the wastage which is taking place in the organization, and it will increase the productivity in the organization. So division of work is another principle. Then comes principle of equity. When we are talking about the principle of equity, it creates a healthy atmosphere in the organization, because when each and every person who is working in the organization is treated in the proper manner, is encouraged for the work which he or she has done, and the equal treatment is given to different workers without the discrimination of caste, color, creed. So this creates a congenial atmosphere in the organization, and the worker work with more zeal and enthusiasm. So this is the principle that is related with equity or equality. Aspirate, DCOM. It is related with team effort or teamwork. I should be replaced with we. I can do anything. But when we are talking that we can do each and everything. So it is like that teamwork should be encouraged in the organization, and it is the part of the management to see that when the group efforts are being followed or group efforts are being done by the various persons in the organization, they are understanding this thing that they are working in a team. So there should be the feeling of this thing that the spirit of team should be developed amongst the various employees in the organization. Then only it will be said that I will be replaced by we. Initiative, another principle. The employees should be encouraged to prepare some constructive plans, prepare some developmental plans, so that they can do something good for the organization. And if their plans are really good and if their constructive activities are getting the benefit to the organization, so then those plans should be properly utilized by the organization, and the employee should also be properly appreciated for their work. So this will create the feeling of belongingness in the employee, that their efforts are being appreciated by the organization, and they will try to do more and more good work, constructive work for the organization. Then comes principle of order. Principle of order means that we are talking about the placement of the things. When we are talking about the placement of the thing, that the right thing should be placed and it should be available at the right time, so that it can be used in a right manner. So it is related with the placement of the thing. It is nothing to do with the order passing, that you have to do this work, you have to do this work. This is the principle related with the placement of the manpower, material and the various resources which are to be utilized in the organization, so that the things which are to be utilized in the organization are always available at the right place and at the right time. And when this thing will take place, so there will be no wastage in doing any work, and there will be no wastage in solving any problem which is taking place, because each and every person knew this thing, that where we will be getting the solution of all these things. Then comes remuneration. Another thing, the fair remuneration is one of the things which gives the satisfaction to the employee. So remuneration should be given to employees for their work, and that remuneration should be according to the remuneration which is being paid to the other workers who are doing the same type of work in the industry. So when we are giving the proper wages or salary to the employees for their work, so they are motivated and they get the satisfaction and they do work with more zeal and enthusiasm, because this is the reward which they are getting for their work. If they are properly rewarded for their work, then they will work with more zeal and satisfaction. Scalar change. This is related with the order and request. It says this thing, that the order should come from top to bottom and request should go from bottom to top, but in a series. There is a series. So when the orders are coming, the order should come from A to B, B to C, C to D. So in this manner, each and every person will get this information, that what is the instruction or order which is being given to the subordinate. In the same way, if there is any request or if there is any query, it should move from the bottom level E to F, F to G, G to H in this way. So the requests are also going from one person to another in a series only, and each and every person knows this thing, that what is the order which is being given, what is the query which is being solved and how it is being solved, or how the requests are moving from bottom to top. But in this case, what will happen? There will be an undue delay in taking the decision, because sometimes we know this thing that two persons, if they are sitting at the parallel level, they can do this work. So what they have to do? They have to take into confidence their seniors. The seniors should be taken into confidence, and then those two persons who are sitting at the same level, they can directly talk to each other. When this thing is taking place, that is known as gang planning. and the objective of the gangplank is to reduce the wastage of time. Okay, so there will be no wastage of time, because if we are following a series, then definitely there will be some undue delay in taking the decision. Then comes stability of tenure. Stability of tenure is related with the term period. The process of selection and recruitment will be followed for the appointment of the person. But after appointing the person, we have to see this thing that the employee should be working in the organization for a long-term period, and this will only take place if the employee will be satisfied, there will be the job satisfaction in the employee, and the proper training should be given to employee from time to time. Everything will be done for that employee, and then he will not think of leaving his job. There should be no unnecessary removal of the employees from the organization, termination of employees from the organization, because if these things are taking place without any reason, then it creates a bad impact or bad image of the organization in the market, or the goodwill of the organization is hampered in the market. Then comes subordination of individual interest over general interest. Subordination of individual interest. What is your individual interest? What is your personal interest? It doesn't matter. The thing is that if there is the interest of the organization which is to be achieved by you, you have to give the weightage to the interest of the overall aim or objectives of the organization which you want to achieve in place of your personal interest. तो पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट की कोई जगह नहीं है. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का काम सबसे पहले होगा. इफ यू विल बी एबल टू अचीव द गोल्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, देन डेफिनेटली योर पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट विल आल्सो बी अचीव्ड. Then comes unity of command. This is the principle which is related with the fact that the command should come from one person only. There should be one person who should give the command to the subordinate. So there will be no confusion in the minds of the subordinate that whose instructions they have to follow and to whom they will be reporting. So this is related with unity of command. That means one person should be held responsible for giving the instruction to the subordinates who are working at the lower level. Then comes unity of direction. This principle states this thing that one head for one plan. When the activities of the organizations are divided into various groups, so each and every group is responsible for doing one or the other activity. So this should be noted that each and every activity which is being done by one group, so that will be creating certain department, and there should be one head for that department who will be taking care of all the activities in that department. So if there is one plan which is being followed by a group of persons, so there should be one person who should give them the instruction. So there will be one plan and one head. One head for one plan. एक काम को करने के लिए एक ग्रुप और उस ग्रुप का एक हेड होगा who will be leading that group. Okay. So these are the various principles of management which are being given by Henry Fayol, and if all these principles of management are being followed in the proper manner in the organization, then definitely there will be the success in the organization. And if the principles of management are not followed properly, then we will see that we will not be able to achieve the goals of the organization. Okay, hope all these principles, whatever have been discussed today in this session, are clear to you, and you have understood the various principles in brief. Okay, thank you.